Have you ever trusted someone blindly with your finances? Imagine placing your entire life savings into the hands of a financial guru, only to discover that your investment is the cornerstone of the largest Ponzi scheme in history. This isn't a plot from a financial thriller. It was the grim reality for the victims of Bernie Madoff. Let's dive deep into how Madoff's web of deceit was spun, the heartbreak it caused, and what this means for the financial world today. Bernard Lawrence Madoff, often just Bernie, was born in Queens, New York on April 29, 1938. He began his career in finance in 1960, founding his own firm, Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities LLC, which started as a penny stock trader with $5,000 that Madoff saved from working as a lifeguard and sprinkler installer. His firm grew to become one of the top market maker businesses on Wall Street, and he helped launch the NASDAQ stock market, even serving as its chairman. Bernie Madoff's investment strategy was an allure, promising high returns that were consistently and suspiciously above market performance. What investors didn't know was that their returns were funded not by genuine profit, but through the capital of newer investors, a classic Ponzi scheme structure. This fraudulent mechanism relied on a continuous influx of money and was sustainable only as long as new investors kept contributing. The facade began to crumble in December 2008, amidst the financial crisis, when investors, rattled by the market conditions, requested a total of $7 billion back in returns. Madoff's scheme, which lacked real, liquid investments, began to falter. His sons, Mark and Andrew Madoff, turned him in after he confessed to them, leading to his arrest on December 11, 2008. Madoff pleaded guilty on March 12, 2009, to an 11-count federal charge, including securities fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, and money laundering. He was sentenced to 150 years in prison, the maximum sentence recommended for his crimes. His elaborate Ponzi scheme, which had run for decades, defrauded thousands of investors, with estimated losses totaling $65 billion, including fabricated gains. Madoff's victims ranged from celebrities and billionaires to ordinary retirees who saw their life savings evaporate overnight. Notable victims included filmmaker Steven Spielberg, actor Kevin Bacon, and Nobel laureate Elie Wiesel. Many charitable organizations were also devastated, losing millions and, in some cases, their ability to operate. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, came under heavy scrutiny for its failure to detect Madoff's scheme despite various red flags and detailed warnings from financial analysts like Harry Markopolos, who had suspected Madoff's fraud as early as 1999. This regulatory failure sparked a debate on the effectiveness of financial oversight and led to calls for reform in how investment firms are monitored. Madoff's Ponzi scheme has left an indelible mark on the financial world, highlighting the vulnerabilities in the system and the destructive potential of unchecked greed. It has prompted investors to be more skeptical and regulators to be more vigilant. Yet, the question remains, could it happen again? Now, I turn to you, the viewers of Mystery Junky. What are your thoughts on the Madoff scandal? Have you or someone you know been affected by a financial fraud? How do you think financial regulations could be improved to prevent another Madoff-like scandal? Bernie Madoff's story serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of deceit. As we navigate our financial decisions, let's remember the lessons from this saga. Trust but verify, and never forget the old adage. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep up with more stories like this. Join us at Mystery Junky as we unravel more mysteries, diving deep into the stories that shock and intrigue. What mysteries should we uncover next? Let us know in the comments. This exploration into Bernie Madoff's deceitful legacy is not just about understanding a financial scandal, but about recognizing the importance of vigilance and ethical conduct in all aspects of life. The conclusion of the Bernie Madoff saga is far more than just the end of a criminal case. It serves as a poignant lesson and a stark reminder of the fragility of trust in the financial system. The Madoff scandal is not just a story about one man's greed and deception, but a narrative filled with lessons on ethics, oversight, and the consequences of a system that failed thousands of people who were left bereft and betrayed. Bernie Madoff, once a titan of Wall Street, managed to perpetuate the largest Ponzi scheme in history, meticulously weaving a web of lies that would eventually collapse under its own deceit. This scandal underscores several critical themes in both finance and ethics. Firstly, it highlights the profound impact of greed. Madoff's relentless pursuit of wealth at any cost led to the financial ruin of individuals and charities that had trusted him with their futures. The devastation was not just monetary, but deeply emotional, stripping people of their security and dignity. Moreover, the Madoff scandal reveals the vulnerabilities in the regulatory frameworks that are supposed to protect investors. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC), despite multiple warnings and red flags raised by financial analysts, failed to detect the fraud. This regulatory oversight prompts an urgent call for more stringent and effective monitoring and enforcement mechanisms within the financial industry. It begs the question, how can systems be fortified to prevent such colossal failures in the future? Another significant lesson from Madoff's scheme is the importance of due diligence. Investors, both individual and institutional, were swayed by the allure of consistent returns and failed to scrutinize the underlying investment strategies. This serves as a crucial reminder to investors to verify and validate the credentials and operations of investment funds. It emphasizes the need for transparency and accountability in financial dealings, urging investors to maintain a healthy skepticism and to demand clear, comprehensible information about their investments. The ethical considerations of the Madoff scandal are profound. It serves as a textbook example of ethical decay, illustrating the moral responsibilities of financial professionals towards their clients. The scandal has led to a broader discussion on the ethical training and standards required in finance, pushing for a culture that prioritizes integrity over profits. It raises fundamental questions about the moral compass of those entrusted with others' money and the systemic changes needed to cultivate an environment of ethical financial practices. Furthermore, Madoff's case is a litmus test for the resilience and reform of financial systems. Following the scandal, there were numerous calls for reforms aimed at enhancing investor protection and preventing similar frauds. These include improvements in auditing practices, better investor education, and enhanced whistleblower protections. The implementation of these reforms is crucial for restoring confidence in the financial markets and for building a more robust and transparent financial ecosystem. In reflecting on the psychological and societal impacts of the Madoff scandal, it's clear that this was not merely a financial crime, but a profound betrayal of trust that affected thousands of lives. The victims of Madoff's scheme included not just wealthy investors, but small retirees who had entrusted him with their life savings. The emotional and psychological toll on these individuals is immeasurable, and many were left struggling with feelings of betrayal, shame, and financial insecurity. As we conclude, it is essential to engage in a broader dialogue about the lessons learned from the Madoff scandal. What measures can be put in place to prevent such frauds? How can individuals safeguard their investments? What ethical standards should govern financial professionals? These are critical questions that require ongoing attention and action. Finally, as members of the Mystery Junky community and as individuals in a globally interconnected world, it is incumbent upon us to remain vigilant, informed, and proactive in our financial decisions. The Madoff scandal, though a dark chapter in financial history, offers invaluable lessons that can guide future actions and reforms. In the comments below, share your thoughts on how we can improve trust and transparency in financial systems. What measures do you think are most effective in preventing such scandals? Your insights are vital as we navigate these complex issues together. Remember to subscribe for more in-depth analysis and discussion on pressing topics like this. Let's continue to explore and understand the mysteries that impact our lives and our communities.